Nexus Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda and I'll be covering the SoN Report. Now, if you don't know what the SoN Report is, let me break it down for you. The SoN Report stands for September, October, and November reporting on what I did anime-wise, and what I will be doing. Catchy title, right? Anyways, moving on past that, where am I in anime? I know it's been 2-3 weeks, and I am sorry. I've had work, I've had classes, I've been overwhelmed, I'm going on vacation next month for about 10 days, so I've got a lot of things happening, but let's jump all the way past that into anime. Where am I and where am I going? Okay, well currently I'm watching Naruto Shippuden, One Piece. That's a dead giveaway. But then there's Majestic Prince, but that's ending. Yeah, we're finally done with Majestic Prince. I've got about 11 to 13 reviews I've got to put out there within the next 3 days, so bear with me, fans. Bear with me. But again, that's what I will be reviewing, and that's where I'm at. But moving on past that, what else will I be reviewing? Okay, so I thought about this for the longest period of time. There are so many sequels that have just been released that I cannot keep up with it. Okay, yes, that was a lie. I can keep up with it, but I don't want to. I'd rather watch it instead of reviewing it, to be honest. But, again, moving on past that, what will I be reviewing on top of what I'm already watching? Well, there's Magi Season 2. That recently came out. I'll be covering that, hopefully. And then there's Valvrave the Liberator Season 2 as well. Yeah, I'm kind of excited on that, to be honest, because the last episode from Valvrave the Liberator, you wanted more, and guess what, fans? Now we've got more. But anyways, that's the extended anime series that I will be reviewing. No surprise there. But onto the fun stuff, the stuff that Henshin Ikeda has been hiding. Current anime that I'm watching, but not reviewing. I know, a lot of people are pissed off because this particular list is so detailed that I kind of screwed myself over. I should have reviewed every single thing that was on this list, but I do not have the time. And if I did have the time, I wouldn't have a life outside of this, to be honest. But, okay, let me jump ahead of that. So the current anime that I'm watching, but not reviewing or will ever review because I will never have the time. There's so many. Let's get started. Golden Time. Okay, so I started watching Golden Time, and it's a great anime series. Now, the main character, his name is Tada Barnari. I hope I pronounced this kid's name right. Now, he's a young adult, just entering college, but he has amnesia. All of his memories from the past are gone because of an accident that happened on a bridge, which we really don't get to see just yet. But anyways, he enters law school, and he meets a new friend. Now, this new friend, which is a guy, by the way, happens to have a girl following around stalking him. Supposedly that's like his fiance, she's rich, and he just avoids her the whole time. But he's not really the main character. This Tada Barnari, again, I always butcher the name when I say it, he's the main character. And all I can say is, for a freshman in college, he's being screwed around a lot. And when I say being screwed around, I mean he's being kind of pushed around by different clubs because people want him to join, and then he has to hide these secrets from his friend he just met in college. And this friend he met in college, again, I've just described, he has this girl stalking him. Tons of fun. They're getting in all this sort of trouble, including a religious cult, which I thought was hilarious in the last episode. But anyways, again, the anime series is Golden Time. Definitely watch it, and I would recommend it. It's kind of a romance comedy. More on the comedy side right now, not so much the romance, although you can pick up on the romance. But moving on past that, drum roll please. Okay, no drum roll, don't do it. Infinite Stratos 2. I've been waiting forever to see this sequel. It's finally out. And it's different. Okay, so the first season we see of Infinite Stratos, we are introduced to all the characters, kind of. We've got more of a background, more of a story. And although you want to say it's a romance comedy, mecha-ish, well, not much mecha, but you know where I'm going with that, it's not. In this second season, it's all about romance and drama. Now, the plot is about to unfold a little more, because the main character is being attacked randomly now. But it is 100% romance. The best kind. And you know what I mean when you watch it. So watch it. Moving on past that, Nagi No Asukara. Interesting series. I was a little I should say I was on odds ends when I picked this series up because I thought nothing of it. But apparently it's when humans once lived underwater. Like, at one point in time within this anime series, humans used to live in the water. And then somehow we kind of broke apart, and now you have people living on the surface, aware of the people living in the water. You know, they live together, I guess, just in different areas. It's not a mermaid thing, but you have to watch the series to understand it. But right now, it's got more of a drama feel, like a not romance comedy, because I have yet to see any comedy. But, you know, romance, drama. You see these kids kind of leaving grade school. I believe they're in middle school. They're not in high school. It's a little, I don't know, mixed feelings right now, but I can't wait to see what's going to happen. But it's not an anime series I usually would pick up like this. So, just putting that out there. But give it a shot. Now, on to the next anime series that I'm also watching, Outbreak Company. I'm smiling. Come on. Outbreak Company is freaking hilarious. Well, not hilarious, but to me it was hilarious at first when I saw it because I'm like, I got goosebumps. I'm like, yeah, I said goosebumps. Yeah, I said it. But anyways, a lot of things happen within that particular anime series that I want to describe to you right now, but I can't because I'm still waiting right today to watch the next episode. But apparently, one of the characters, his name is I hope I pronounced his name wrong. I said wrong, not right, because if I pronounce it right, you know, I'll be like drilling like, I got it right. Anyways, let me jump in there. His name is Kanoya. Yeah, see, I butchered it. It's like K-A-N-O-U. Kuno. Shinichi. Shinichi's his last name, I think. Anyway, Shinichi is a hardcore Moe fan, like an otaku. He's into anime. He's in our world. He's in Japan. This is a kid. Again, the anime series is called Outbreak Company. And this kid's in Japan. He's in our world. He's about around, I say, maybe not 20, like 19, 18. He's got more of a 16 age feel, but you know what? His maturity on Moe is pretty extensive. But anyways, the Japanese government discovers a portal to another realm, which is medieval, full of, you know, magic and stuff. And they open up, like, this first-time relationship between this other world, and they introduced anime as a means of, you know, getting their merchandise out there. And the only person that can better, you know, understand Moe and tell it to other people is someone that's a hardcore fan. And this kid who's looking for a job gets the job, and he gets kidnapped to this other world just so he's found out he's the CEO or president of this new store, just to bridge relationships with Japan and this other realm. And it's really interesting. It's got my otaku side jumping out. I'm like, wow. All these characters, you see elves, you see like monsters that kind of look like lizards, at least one of the servants are. And then you have the Empress, which is like a little kid. And I want to say this is like a romance comedy, yet again, but it's got more of a different appeal toward it because it's got a lot to do with real anime, because this is Moe. We're talking about huge otaku bullshit up the ass everywhere you can see throughout this episode. Every episode, I should say. He's introducing manga to these people. He has to wear a ring on his finger to talk to these people that have rings because the language is so different. I could spend hours talking about this series on how good it is to how what the fuck it is, but there's less what the fuck, more of drooling in awe. I'm like, wow, finally they made a series I can relate to a little more. Anyways, let's move on past that. What's another anime series? Strike the Blood. I hope I pronounced that right. I was reading it in Japanese so much that the title's called something different, but I finally got it translated. So it's called Strike the Blood, and it's about the fourth true ancestral. I said that wrong. Ancestral. It's technically it's like the fourth ultimate vampire, called the Prog something, like Progner. See, I can't even remember what it's called. He's called the Prog something, but you can correct me in the comments down below on whatever the hell he's called. But anyways, this kid out of nowhere is granted whatever powers, and he's now a vampire, the fourth strongest vampire in existence. So supposedly he is the strongest among the vampires. But the number 4 questions, what about the other 3? But I'm getting kind of an interesting feeling. He's not a bad vampire. He's actually, you know, like a high schooler, not the brightest one. And he meets someone that's part of the Lines organization. And this girl that's part of the Lines organization is like a priestess, per se, or a spiritual warrior that has been sent to observe this kid who has just got all these powers. Now, he's not a bad guy. He's a good guy. He just likes to remain neutral. but he's being pulled into this little fight because of this girl, kind of, because she's like supposed to be observing him, and now everyone's taking shots at her and him because they're pretty much powerful. And in the last episode, we get to see his true power start to unfold, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen. But anyways, again, the anime series is called Strike the Blood, and I'll put all of those, not descriptions, but all the titles down below in the comment section, so you can definitely check them out. Now on to one that I had to translate this title because there's no fucking way I'm ever going to say this title. I would not only butcher it, I would be forced to cry afterwards because of how sad it sounds. But anyways, the English translation of this particular anime series is called I Couldn't Become a Hero, so I Reluctantly Decided to Get a Job. I know, in the Japanese language it was like a little thicker, and I couldn't even pronounce it, but anyways, it's called I Couldn't Become a Hero, so I Reluctantly Decided to Get a Job. Now this is set like, I want to say in present time, kind of, at the same time it's not. It's like in a different dimension where it's kind of like a medieval setting. You got a demon, like a demon king. So you have this demon king is, I guess he's torturing like all these countries, all these people everywhere, what have you. And when the episode starts, the first episode, we see the demon king being defeated. Now, we don't really get to see the demon king in general, but we're being told that the demon king has finally been defeated. Now, here's the downside. The demon king has a daughter. And the daughter, she finds a job at this magical store, and on her resume she puts Demon King's daughter or something like that. I'm like, why would you put that on your resume? But you know what? I'm getting a little caught up. Let me pull back. Now the main character, his name is Raul. I think it's spelled like R-A-U-L. At least in the English translation, that's how you spell it. Now Raul is a hero. He was supposed to defeat the Demon King, but he didn't. So since he didn't defeat the Demon King, now he's one of the, I guess, he looks like a butler, but he actually is like a counter clerk at this magical shop. Now, when I say magical shop, it's not fairy dust and all that crap. It's like electrical devices that don't run on electric, but run on magic. Scratch your head on that one. Now, again, this demon princess, which is now she's just a regular girl, ends up working with Raul. Talk about bad luck there. And they become pretty close, and she's very, I'm not going to say stupid, but she has no idea when to, I said idea, sorry. She has no idea when to cover up. Like, she'll sleep in the office because she doesn't have a house. Her father's been defeated. And every single time, you know, Raul comes in, catches her sleeping, she's like half naked, you know, what have you. So she doesn't really care if people see her naked or touch her. She doesn't know what the customs are or how to be treated because she's never known otherwise, really, except to take what she wants. And now she's trying to, you know, follow the rules, be nice, and she really sucks at it. In fact, one of the last episodes, we get to see Raul. He's kind of out on his break, and you see one of the counter girls. I guess she's like part of the customer service. She's like a cashier. She's helping one of the other, I want to say, customers out. And this demon princess has to deal with one of these customers that comes in. And here's the kicker. The guy has a mask on, and he's trying to hold up the place. And she's trying to help the guy out so she doesn't piss him off, in the sense like she thinks he's a customer. She has no idea this man is robbing the place. She's like, thank you, can I help you? It was like, wow. She finally can say the right things, but to the wrong person. But eventually she finds out this guy is, you know, robbing the place. So she scares the bejesus out of this guy. Now you gotta find the humor in that. But anyways, the anime series is called I Couldn't Become a Hero, so I Reluctantly Decided to Get a Job. And again, the main character, his name is Raul. He's an ex-hero, soon to be a hero yet again, and he's stuck working with the Demon King's daughter, the one supposedly he wanted to defeat. And when I mean defeat, I mean the Demon King, and he's stuck with the daughter. Irony. Sweet irony. Now moving on to a different anime series, Log Horizon. Now, as soon as I started watching Log Horizon, again, goosebumps, but there's a reason why I have goosebumps for this particular anime series. It's like Sword Art Online. I mean, if this would have came out the same time as XL World and Sword Art Online, or even Dot Hack, this would have been right up there. But this is poor timing, because now that we've seen the best, we're left with Log Horizon. So you're a little skeptical. So the characters, numbering in the thousands if not the millions, are stuck in a game. Now they can die and come back to life, but it's getting kind of interesting because so far we've been introduced to 3 characters that supposedly are the main characters, and one of the characters, he's like a wizard per se. He used to be part of a group that was not a guild, and they're called the Debauchery Tea Party. That's what the former group was called. Now, they were really good at what they did, but now that they're back in the world for this particular game because the extension pack finally came out, they find out they can no longer log out. But they can't die either, because when they do die, they come back to life, so therefore they can't die. Now, he teams up with 2 of his other friends, an assassin and a warrior, and this assassin pledges her loyalty to her friend, always calling him master. Very cute and adorable. But anyways, in the last episode we see, and I have to put this out there, they're going on a mission to save a girl which is part of a guild that they're friends with. Now, they're not part of the guild, and they don't have a guild themselves, but apparently the main character, as well as his friends, have pledged loyalty to this particular guild to help them out. And you know what? Just because that one particular episode, I'm going to keep sticking with this anime series because it looks pretty damn good. I mean, it reminds me of Sword Art Online, and I love the nostalgia. It's a video game, you know, it's an MMO, but it's an anime. An anime about an MMO. And I love it. Nostalgia all around, because I was a huge hardcore dot hack roots, you name it, dot hack GU. I could go on. And I'm going to stop there in dot hack Twilight. Yeah, you know where I was going with that. But anyways, great series again. It's called Log Horizon. Watch it. It's a great series. Now onto a particular anime series which you don't really see a lot of in my opinion. It's called Walkure Romanze. I hope I pronounced that right. Walkure is like W-A-L-K-U-R-E, and the second word is called Romanze, R-O-M-A-N-Z-E. Again, I'll put that all in the description below. It's not a German title, so don't get the wrong idea. Definitely it's not German. But it has like a, I don't know, like a European feel because it has a lot to do with jousting. Now the main character is kind of sketchy because there's 2 main characters, not one. Now the main character is a former knight. Now he's no longer a knight because he was in an accident, but he looks good right now, but so he basically doesn't do anything, just goes to this academy. Now these girls are jousters. I don't know if they're considered knights. I've heard a couple of them being called knights. Now these girls, or should I say these women, which are part of the academy, when they joust, they look amazing. Armor's like tight, you can see, you know, the breastplates, you name it, they're pretty good. And intimidating. Now apparently they have something called a baluster or ballist, something like that, a baluster. I hope I pronounced the name right. If I pronounced it wrong, I apologize. But again, this particular character that's called a baluster, I believe that's the assistant to the knight, or the knight's coach. That's what it sounds like. Now the main character, which is this guy, who is a knight technically, although he's no longer jousts, he's being called upon by different women to become their baluster, or whatever you want to call it, that particular position. And it's considered an honor. However, there's this one girl who is a total fuck-up. She can't joust. She's never jousted. She accidentally screws up and runs into one of the other knights, and she's a great knight, by the way. A really attractive knight with black panties. Just had to put that out there. Laced ones, by the way. And she challenges this nobody to a joust. And what ends up happening is the main character, the knight, he turns around and offers to coach her just for this particular match, temporarily. And now everyone is paying attention to this one match to see what's going to happen. But again, it has a lot to do with horses, jousting. Different series. I'm not really used to this kind of anime series, to be honest. Now, moving on past that, we have something called Yozakura Quartet. I hope I pronounced that right. It's the full title is called Yozakura Quartet, Hana no Uta. I like the second part, Hana no Uta. It's better for me to pronounce. Apparently, has a lot to do with an area where humans and beasts live. But let me break that down so it makes a little more sense. It's like an area in Japan, I think. I could be wrong, but it's like a certain area within a country that's cut off but still within contact with the outside world that has humans and demons. But these demons are called beasts, which is kind of confusing unless the subtitle's wrong, of course. Sorry, I digress. These humans and these particular beasts, I should say, they live together in like a habitat together. Now, the mayor of this particular little area is a girl that's looks like she's in high school. It's weird, but she keeps the peace. Now, I guess this story revolves around a particular company or corporation that's run by this human boy who's also in high school, or at least that's what it looks like, and he's called the director. And that's where we're at right now. We really have no idea who's the bad guys, but who's the good guys right now, that's somewhat been established. The mayor and all of her companions. And as for this organization or this company that has a director, he's a human. What is his power? We don't know. But what we do know is every single time there's a lightning bolt that's like purplish black that comes from the sky, shit happens. And when shit happens, at least I can follow the story somewhat. I mean, giant fish. The last time the thunder hit the ground, it hit fish, they expanded and it became huge. Now, one of the other characters that has a magical ability, I forget her name, but all she has to do is say something like fish, cube, birds, and they appear out of nowhere. It's like called snap something, or maybe it's not even called a snap, whatever, but her magic ability is something different. I swear I've seen it before somewhere, but you know what? Hey, I can't wait to see what else this particular anime series has to hold. And again, the anime series is called Yozakura Quartet, Hana no Uta. I think it's, yeah, Hana no Uta. That's what it's called. Finally, the last anime series. You ready? Kyoukai No Kanata. Now, Kyoukai No Kanata, or Kyoukai No Kanata, that anime series, is about an immortal, half-human, half-Yuma kid. Now, when I say Yuma, it's a demon. I'm simplifying this. Whether you're going to agree to this or not, it's a demon. So you can call it a Yuma, a spirit, whatever, an evil spirit. This kid is half-human and half-demon. And the demon is called a Yuma. And he can't die. Now, this particular girl that he's friends with, or later along becomes friends with, is part of a clan that's gone extinct, per se, because they killed each other in some fashion because of their power they have. Now, this girl, she's a blood user. She can turn a sword, like, the blood that comes out of her forms into a sword, and when she takes her ring off, which suppresses her power, by the way, she becomes a badass strong. But not so strong right now. You know, she's still holding herself in reserve. Now, she starts to kind of stalk the main character, and she kills him every single chance she gets because she's practicing with him. And he doesn't take it personal. Like, at the end, he doesn't take it personally. Like, that's why you were killing me, because you couldn't really kill a real demon. I'm your practice dummy. But later on, we find out a little more about the main character. Now, this main character that's half human and, half demon, his parents, what we find out, one of them is this spirit, I guess a spirit warrior, or this high-powering human that's somewhat famous. And then we see his mom. I believe his mom is the demon or Huma because she's like a cat. But either way, she looks like she's like 19? This kid's like high school level. It's weird. Now, along the way, we find out the main character has other friends, like 2 other spirit-type detectives, or in this case, spirit warriors. One of them is kind of gay, in my opinion. Now, every single time you see this kid with black hair, and he's like another guy, of course, who's friends with this character because they're part of this little literacy club, his hands are right by his waist. It's very disturbing. Now, that particular character can form, I guess, barriers, so he's somewhat strong, but he appears like he's strong and he hides it, but his attitude, how openly he acts, he has like a sister complex and somewhat of a whatever complex with his friend here. Can't wait to see more about this kid, like his backstory. But supposedly his sister is also in the literacy club. Again, she's also a spirit detective, or in this case a spirit warrior. And we don't really know what her power is yet, but she's got glasses, and apparently the main character has a fetish for glasses, and It's getting interesting. But again, the anime series is called Kyoukai No Kanata. I hope I pronounced the name right. It's a decent series. I can't wait to see what's really going to happen. The last episode, we found out there's something called like a hollow, or something's called like hollow of some sort, or a shadow, hollow shadow or something. It's approaching the particular area of his hometown. Now, everyone's being told to stay away, put your barriers up, but apparently this particular dark power or presence has a lot to do with the girl that can use blood magic. It's kind of interesting because I believe that black source, this black power that we're just being introduced to, killed this girl's friend in a flashback, of course, which we still know nothing about. But I can't wait to see if she's going to take revenge for her fallen friend or not, because she was forced to actually kill her friend, her best friend, well, her only friend, in that particular flashback, because her friend was possessed. And she tells the main character, I killed someone before, what she meant to say was she killed a dark force which was inside of her friend, which kind of draws a lot of conclusions on, well, who sent this dark power, and, well, what does this dark power have to do with any other character. But again, interesting series. I can't wait to see what's going to happen there. And that ends it for all the anime series that I'm watching presently. So let me just run down the list one more time. No, I'm not going to do that. But I think that's 10 anime series. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 anime series is what I'll be watching, what I am watching. I got this weekend to watch. Yeah, that's why I've been busy. 2-3 weeks of not reviewing shit, just watching it, but not. Don't worry, this weekend I'll have 11 to 13 uploads of Naruto Shippuden, One Piece, and the finish off Majestic Prince. And hopefully, by Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of next week, fans, I'll be able to add Magi Season 2 and Valvrave the Liberator Season 2. Hopefully. As for Silver Spoons, I've yet to even watch that series. That's kind of sad. But I'll get to it, hopefully. We'll see. No promises, no promises. Anime that I have finished. I almost forgot. There was anime that I was watching that I actually finished. You ready? First up is Blood Lad. Great series. However, there's going to be a second season. There has to be. Now, there are OVAs. Just putting that out there. They have OVAs, so you have something to munch on if you're waiting for that second season. But again, Blood Lad. Main character's a vampire, and he's trying to save this girl who's now a ghost, trying to get her back to her human form. Great series. Can't wait to see what's going to happen, hopefully in the next season. Maybe the werewolf is going to see his father finally. I have my feelings. The character that is a werewolf who is friends with the vampire, you can almost tell that his father has to be the current king, which is the werewolf, of course. Although, I could be wrong, but I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Okay, so there's my favorite. This happens to be my favorite anime series that I was watching presently. Maki Ouji Devils and Realist. Yes, it was my favorite series. You know why? Ask me why. Why Henshin? Okay, you said why Henshin. Okay, I'll answer it for you. The reason why it's one of my favorite anime series because it's angels, demons, and humans, the middle plane, King Solomon's heir. And I'm like, this is a great series because it has an interesting depiction of what angels and demons really are. Angels aren't really that good, they can be bad too. And demons, surprisingly, they're supposed to be depicted as, bad people, what have you, they're from hell. No. Some are good, they're just in a bad place. Or how they got there wasn't the most honest way or the most feasible way. But you know what? They are who they are now because of what they went through. Some characters are good, some characters are bad. But it has a lot to do with Lucifer. In this particular anime series, Lucifer is asleep, he has not awoken, and hell needs a new ruler. For now, until Lucifer wakes up. And so we find out King Solomon's heir happens to be alive. He's the only one left in his family. And every single time the ring has been put on this kid, he becomes stronger, he can control the demons. Because apparently, the demons made a pact, or some sort of pact, with King Solomon back in the day to become pillars. Now, each one of these pillars has to obey every single thing King Solomon says, does, you have, whatever. It's an interesting hierarchy of power. Now apparently, I guess one of the angels from heaven, I think it was Uriel, or yeah, Uriel probably, I could be wrong, gave King Solomon a ring to control the demons. Now Lucifer is friends with King Solomon, so this is kind of getting interesting. So King Solomon's heir, which is this little kid that's like in a prep school or an academy, doesn't believe in any of this bullshit. And throughout this anime series, he doesn't. That's why I love this. This kid is like pretty cool. Now, supposedly, his role in this little being the heir to King Solomon, the power and whatnot, he basically has to pick the next ruler of hell. So if he doesn't pick the next ruler of hell, the demons are going to go after him and kill him, more or less, because they can't protect him forever, because they have some rogue demons that just don't respect him. Now, if Lucifer does wake up, then he doesn't have to pick anything. Now, while all this shit's going on, waiting for him to pick the next ruler, Heaven is trying to take control of this kid so that doesn't happen. And we find out his butler, or his attendant, happens to be an angel. It gets better. This angel only has one wing because Michael, another angel, ripped this guy's wing off? What the hell? I thought Michael was supposed to be depicted as a good angel, not a bastard. I'm sorry, and if you're religious, I apologize, because this anime series obviously may be a little more wrong than correct. You know what? Angels are kind of fucked up, in my opinion. I'm kind of rooting for the demons, to be honest. I mean, Dantillion, my favorite character. You know why? He's a badass. He's on the same level as Lucifer. Now, toward the end of this series, now this is what's kind of fucked up, in my opinion. We find out that Lucifer finally wakes up, but we don't even get to see him. I mean, hell was being overrun by angels. Well, not so much the angels, but one of the angels' little controlled guardians, per se, this girl. And she was attacking hell and everything. And it looked like heaven was about to invade hell. And out of nowhere, Lucifer wakes up. That kind of puts a damper on that plan. But again, great series. Hopefully there's going to be a second season. If there isn't, if there's no OVA or even a movie, I will be pissed off. I'm not going to read this in a manga. I want to watch it because it was a great series. But anyways, again, this anime series is called Maki Ouji Devils and Realist. It's a great anime series. Definitely watch it. I loved it. Now, on to the next anime series that I just finished. Gatchaman Crowds. Terrible anime series. It's not my cup of tea. You can tell me whatever the hell you want if you watch this. Oh, you just didn't understand it. Trust me, I understood it pretty damn well. The main character is this annoying girl that finally becomes a powerful guardian known as a Gatchaman. You know, she has this little book. She can turn into this girl that can use scissors. And she plays dumb. She actually has everything planned out throughout this episode. She hides out who she really is. She's a smart person. She doesn't fall. She doesn't cry. She's pretty strong, but she hides it. She hides it with stupidity. She shows the identity of Gatchaman to everyone when they were supposed to be like this secret organization, and I just hated it. It was too short, so this anime series was too short to really get anything out of it, and it could have been so much more. If we had a different group of superheroes and better villains, this series might have been a little more compelling, but I just could not stomach it. I was surprised I even finished it, to be honest. What am I going to rank this? Okay, 4 out of 10, 4.5 out of... Maybe that's being too nice. 3.5 out of 10. But you know what? I could stomach some of it, so... Final rating, if I actually... Out of a 10, if I had to rate this series, 4 out of 10. And that's me being generous. Crazy generous. Oh, yeah, I just went there. Henshin Ikeda just went there. Anyways, moving on past Gatchaman Crowds. Terrible series, by the way. Kimi No Iru Machi. Now, Kimi No Iru Machi, which I just finished, by the way, is a romance drama. Barely any comedy, so do not say it's a romance comedy. You show me the comedy. I didn't see it. It's romance and it's drama, which, to me, go hand in hand in the same thing. You have love triangles up the ass. You have a little boy, when he was growing up, you know, he met this girl at a fair, or in this case, a festival. They became friends, and then later on, she moved away, but then came back. and she filled up pretty well. She's very attractive. They live together, kind of. Her family, kind of, I should say. His family takes this girl in, per se. She knows the family. They become buddies. And toward the end of their little, I should say, high school experience, or whatever you want to call it, they start dating, and they become boyfriend and girlfriend, and it's pretty like, aww. But out of nowhere, she goes away. Now, she has like a half-sister or something like that, and I like her. But there's a reason why I like the other girl better. And then there's this third girl, but I'll get into that later on. Here's the catch. After she moves away, he goes after her. He transfers over to the same school as her. He lives with his older sister. Now, we barely know anything about the older sister, so moving on past that. He kind of stalks his ex-girlfriend, trying to find out, why do you leave me? Why can't we start dating again? And we find out she starts dating someone else who's dying. And this guy has like silver hair. I believe he has silver hair. He rides a motorcycle. And he's dying of a disease. And he ends up dying in the anime series. And the only reason why she's dating him, because apparently he asked her in the past, she finally said yes, because she found out the truth about this guy, that he's dying. And that kind of made her feel sad. It's like, well, I don't want you to die alone, so I'm going to keep dating you. And it's kind of funny. The main character, this kid, after he finds out you're dating someone, well, he's like, you're dating one of my friends. Because he just met this guy who can drive motorcycle, his particular red motorcycle, and he was opening up to this kid with silver hair, telling him everything about the girl that he's after, and he starts to help him, and he finds out, wait a minute, you're after the girl that I'm dating. The love triangle. No, it gets even worse, in my opinion, but in a good way, but in a sad way. So it's very conflicting, because this kid, he dies. He actually dies in the anime series, and now his ex, the main character's ex, is free to date whoever, and she parts ways. But it gets a little more confusing. The kid with silver hair, who drives the red motorcycle, who is dead, had a friend which was a girl who was friends with the main character. Yeah, moving on past that, that girl starts dating the main character. And they look good together. Oh my god, they look like an item. And then out of nowhere, you have this kid's ex-girlfriend's sister. So the main character's ex-girlfriend, who has a half-sister, kind of starts walking in on this guy at work, telling him stuff about his ex, and eventually sets the main character up on a fake kind of blind date, or in this case, like a little get-together, going to like a park with her sister. She like sets up both of them. She like tells her sister, I want to go to this fair, meet me here. And then she tells the main character, well, I want to go to the fair, meet me here. And then these two, out of nowhere, they go out on a friendly date. And the main character doesn't tell his girlfriend about this, but he buys the little cell phone strap. That was cute, the sentiment's there, but you still kind of cheated on your girlfriend. Now, toward the end of the series, we find out he goes back to his home while his current girlfriend goes to her parents or her family because something's wrong with her family, I guess. One of her relatives are sick. And guess what? His ex-girlfriend happens to be back at where he grew up at. They spend, I guess, the festival together. They spend some time together. And eventually the shit hits the fan because you know what? His current girlfriend finds out the truth. That apparently the main character's ex-girlfriend still loves him. And he loves her, but they don't know what to do. He can't put himself in an awkward situation where he has to choose between his girlfriend and his ex. Because he made a promise, and all I can say is, he's a fucking player, and he doesn't even know it. But this is why it makes it good, because at the end of the series, and I'm going to wreck it, so spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear this, pause. Oh, okay, you want me to go? Okay, here's the spoiler. The main character ends up leaving his girlfriend for his ex, and this is what we wanted to see, because they both still have feelings for each other, and it's amazing because the main character's ex-girlfriend, which is now his current girlfriend, again, has that, the half-sister. She also has a thing for him. It's crazy, right? But in a more fucked up way. Yeah. Now, the main character, if you follow me, his now current ex-girlfriend, at the end of the series, tells him, if anything doesn't work out, I'm right here for you. So basically, even though he's with his original ex-girlfriend, happily, his former girlfriend tells him, if anything happens, well, you can still come back to me because I still love you. I'm like, what the hell? It's a great series, gotta be honest. Again, I just finished that anime series, and it's called Kimi No Iru Machi. Great series, and I would still recommend it. Oh, hands down. So let's see, I've reviewed current anime that I'm watching. Hopefully, anime that I'll be reviewing soon, which are, just 2, Magi Season 2 and Valvrave the Liberator Season 2. And the current anime that I'm watching but not reviewing. 10 anime series. Can you stomach that? Yeah. And of course, anime that I just finished up. And probably this weekend I'm going to add Majestic Prince onto that list because it's done as well. Yeah, so that wraps that up. On to current updates beyond, that anime. Well, I should say beyond, just those general updates. From here on out, hopefully, I'm going to start reviewing my anime every 2 weeks. So you don't have to wait for now. It'll be every 2 weeks because I'm going on vacation November 15th for about 10 days. So there's going to be a lot of backed up anime there. So no surprise that I'm putting that out there now that I'm not going to be reviewing anything for that week. But I'll do a catch up when I come back, hopefully. Now, my classes have ended because I do accelerated classes, so I'm good for now. So I have more free time. Yeah, 4 extra hours. Yay. Now, with work and no classes now, I should be able to catch up a little more, but we'll see. Right now, count on me doing my reviews every 2 weeks. Safe bet. Until I get everything squared away. But now you know what my current anime list that I'm watching, where I'm at. So if you have any questions, comment down below. And I've already passed more than 42 minutes, I think. Let me see. Yeah, 42 minutes. I'm already past 42 minutes. There you go. Yeah, but I definitely had to tell everyone where I'm at and why I've been busy so much. I mean, I actually like to have my shit out there a lot more faster than where it's been. So now, what, 11, 13, reviews behind? I'll do that tomorrow and Sunday and then into Monday hopefully. And now that I have Tuesdays free, we'll see. Play a little catch up. But now you know where I'm at. I'll do all my general updates soon and all that jazz. But again, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to ask and post below or wherever. Okay? Check out all my other websites. Check out my forum. Yes, I have a forum. Sign up. Check it out. You know the drill. Yeah, all in that description. It's description there, could be there, could be there, could be down below still. Depends. If you're watching this on YouTube, my site, or any other site, wherever the description section is, just check it out. I'll post a link down to my forum, to my anime list page as well, to my other websites. Definitely sign up, check them out, and sign up my petition. I did not forget about it. My petition, fans. The petition, if you did not know, it's still in circulation. Got above 70 signatures, still growing last time I checked. It has a lot to do with copyright, all that jazz about how we should have the right to use thumbnails from anime series within our videos when we upload to describe what we're talking about without being screwed over with strikes. And again, check out the petition and what it's really about. And if you agree, sign it. If not, hey, no harm, no foul. But again, guys, that ends it for now. And I gotta hit the bricks and I gotta go. And before I go, I gotta say it, and I always say it, because I love saying it. You can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.